My experience with the NCLEX is I actually had to take it twice. What's up YouTube? Thank you for watching another one of my videos. If you are new to this channel, I am a registered nurse that works in the ED. And if you have anything to do with nursing whatsoever, subscribe to this channel. It has any and everything to do with nursing whatsoever. So I wanted to make a video about the dreaded NCLEX. I know it's like when you're in nursing school, you graduate and you're like, yay! But it's like you can't celebrate 100% because you're not completely done, right? It hasn't been completed yet. Completed. My experience with the NCLEX is I actually had to take it twice. And I've just always been very bad test taker. It took me a really long time to get good at taking tests in nursing school. I will say the difference between NCLEX exam and exams in nursing school, after a while you start to develop, you start to understand exactly what the teacher's looking for in a way. You get to know your teacher, and so you get to know your teacher's style of teaching, and after a while you understand what they're trying to pull from each question. The NCLEX isn't like that. You don't know. Even your teachers don't even know what's on the exam. They just go based off years before. They can only teach you so much. They can go off of what they're required to teach you, but still, they don't even know exactly what's gonna be on the exam. So that's what makes it a little hard to be able to study for that one. And I just remember I felt like I was the worst person on the face of the earth. I actually got 265 questions. I literally had all of them. Honestly, if I'm being real, I ran out of time. I literally I psyched myself out. I was too worried about people getting up, and when they were finishing, looking around and being like, oh my gosh, I'm the only person in here that I started with. I think I drank too much coffee because my anxiety level was even more high. I didn't bring snacks with me. I didn't have time to bring snacks with me. And I just felt like I didn't prepare myself 100%. I did study, I did take the time to go over things that I wasn't really familiar with, but I think that I let my anxiety and my test anxiety kind of take over, and going into the exam, I already felt like I was gonna fail. I was already looking at what happens if you fail the NCLEX, so I wasn't even going into it thinking I was gonna pass. You know, mentality is everything. You really just feel like everything that you've done and all of the sacrifices that you've made over the years in nursing school, you basically you failed yourself. So my advice to you guys, the people that have not taken NCLEX yet, or the people that have taken NCLEX and failed it the first time, number one, you are not a failure unless you remain a failure, if you choose to remain down. You did not go through nursing school and all of those sacrifices and all of those breakdowns to just stop now because you failed the NCLEX. I've heard stories about people that didn't want to retake and they went for a different career. And if this is something you really want to do, then you should fight for it. I know it sucks. I know it's not easy. It's just kind of like that. I really believe in that bow and arrow thing. It's like you get pushed back so much, and then you just let it go and you go even further forward. In this instance, I felt like that's what happened. Because speaking to the people that have failed the exam, I feel that you have a week, okay, not a week, I feel like a week is too long, 2 days to grieve this failure, because let me tell you, it's a hard one. I'm with you on that one. And you really have to feel those emotions. It's sad, it sucks, it makes you want to cry, it makes you want to scream, it makes you want to be angry, to say dang. But after that, you're gonna get up, you're gonna figure out what you did wrong, why you didn't pass it the first time, what could you do better. Is it you need more time? Is it the material? You need a study group? Do you need people to help you study, or whatever it is? Make sure that you do everything in your power, because number one, you're paying for this exam. You're paying for it. It's coming out of your pockets. Do you really want to fail this exam for a third time? No, you know what you're not gonna know the questions obviously that you're gonna get, but you have a gist of what the questions are gonna look like. You need to meditate before you go in, if you need a workout, if you need 12 hours of sleep, if you only need 6 hours because it makes you more anxious if you sleep more, or whatever the case is, you need to figure out what works for you and do it, because obviously the first time it did not work. If this is your dream and this is what you want to do with your life, you want to help people, you always wanted to be a nurse or whatever the situation is, then you have to fight for it at this point. And you can do it. I know you can do it. You can get up and you can beat this test behind. No, I don't know. That was lame. My next NCLEX try, I actually passed this with 76 questions. Not 75. I passed with 76 and I felt very confident going into it. I did everything a lot different, and so my next video is going to be about how I switched up my studying habits to make sure that I passed NCLEX that next time. So stay tuned, subscribe down below, be looking out for that next video. It's coming very, very soon, and I know you guys are starting to get ready for the NCLEX. I'm not even sure how it's going to work with this quarantine situation. There has to be a way that they're going to do it. So let's get prepared together. That's all I have for you guys today. Until next time.